Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Tabletop with James and Jazzy. I'm James,
And I'm Jazz.
and this show today is about a BBL going bad, honey. For all you guys out there that are doing these BBLs and you're not actually looking into the doctors, you deserve what you get. Because if you ain't got what he gave you when you came in this world, honey, you're not going to have it when you go out. It's called a little exercise and a little pump to the dump, and you will get it.
Right.
So, welcome to the tabletop. Hi, Jazz.
Hey.
Girl, they ready for these BBLs, honey.
Yes. The BBLs is killing. It's killing daily. I feel like just live in your skin. Just love who you are. Be who you are. You don't have to look like everybody else. It's
Right, girl.
actually stop following the trends because every trend is not a good trend.
Exactly. Because listen, I'm at fault at it too. Because I had a little Botox here, a little Botox there, and finding out after these BBLs, I don't need no Botox. I don't need nothing.
Right. They have natural remedies. You can work out to get a big butt. You don't have to go on the table under the knife to actually end up dying just to get a look.
Right, because like back in the day, they used to say on Saturday Night Live, them two guys, they'd be like, "We gonna pump you up," and that's just with all of these movie stars going out and doing all of this extra pumping and tucking and babies. We're not Barbie or Ken dolls. Like we are who we are for a reason. We blow up, we slim down at the own discretion of ourselves. It's not like you gotta look like the Joneses to be a part of the silver screen. You
Right.
know, you got to think about what's going to happen when you hit that age of 50 and 60 years old when everything starts to fall or blow up in certain spaces. It doesn't matter. If you're with somebody, they're supposed to love you for who
How
you
you
are,
are. Right.
especially if you're married. It says, for better, for worse, through thickness of hell until death do you part. So at the end of the day, why do you want to look like a Barbie doll? Mattel made them, honey. You're not made by no daggone manufacturer where it's going to make
Right.
you do something in other places. So, Jazz, let me know how you feel about this BBL.
So I'm going to go through some statistics first, and then I'm going to voice my opinion on the BBLs. So any patient considering a BBL should be informed of the risk of death from this procedure. Many times when you go and get a procedure, they'll let you know that this is a life or death situation. And if you really care about yourself and the people that you're taking care of and your family and people's feelings, then you wouldn't get it because they tell you that it's a risk. So, the leading cause of death from a BBL is a fat embolism. This is when a fat gets into the bloodstream, travels through the blood vessel, and gets stuck, which creates a blockage. So some people BBLs weren't so successful, and some people died on the table. A lot of people family will blame the doctors, this, that, and the third, but their family member was informed before going through the procedure that you can die.
Right,
So
right,
everybody can't just point the finger. And they also paid their money, did consultations and everything. So beauty standards are constantly changing, which opens up opportunities for new plastic surgery trends. People need to stop following these trends. The trend isn't for everybody.
right. And
So
see,
I think, yeah, go ahead.
with me, I'm so into the Chrisleys, and I'm looking at the dad because me and the dad is around the same age. But sorry, my pink friends, but good black don't crack, and I need to realize good black don't crack, and I don't need to be sticking no needle in my eye sockets because I'm getting a little crow's feet. Grow old gracefully, baby. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I have to get to that point.
Right. So many public figures have gone under the knife recently, trading in their natural bodies for a curvier look, thus leading to the rise in popularity of Brazilian butt lifts, which are BBLs. A study done in 2019 found that there are and has been a 77.6 increase in BBLs performed since 2015. While the work done on some may look great, that's not always the reality for all the patients. So the look that you're going for, it may not work on you.
Right.
That's another thing, and that's where people have botched procedures, where the body drops and it ejects, and certain people are not made for certain things. So everybody is not supposed to be trying to get this procedure done.
Right, because like when I was looking in the New York Post, and the doctor from Miami, he was saying something about the droopy booties with the sag.
Mm-hmm.
And the plastic surgeon is going viral online after revealing the dreaded diaper booty, is what he's calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Women experiencing after getting a Brazilian butt lift and the horrors that come along with this dreary, daggone, droopy booty. And to me, Jazz, all they got to do is, honey, is get on a chair and put that chair in front of them and do some butt curls and get that booty up there. But people don't want to put the work in it to get what is coming out of it. Everybody's not going to look like a Beyonce or look like K. Michelle. But even with K. Michelle, she even realized, all them implants and all that Brazilian booty lift.
Yes, it almost killed her. So she took it out.
Yeah, so she took it out. So when Dr. Alex Earl is his name, a double board certified plastic surgeon based in Miami, is known on TikTok for his tips on how to prevent a saggy booty backside. Now, he says it can be avoided through proper surgery skills. Now, this 45-year-old who's been practicing for about 10 years has also issued a warning in the horrors that can come when BBLs go wrong. Now, one of the things you definitely want to avoid with the BBL is the dreaded diaper booty. Now, Dr. Earl said in a TikTok with over 15,000 views showing examples of an unwanted outcome, including one of his patients who was forced to wear literally a diaper. Now, I won't show that on the screen because it's kind of, descriptive, and I don't want no one to be, feel as though that they were slighted on this. Now, the diaper booty, he explained, is over the limit when you do too many BBL surgeries. Now, when it's too much fat is added into and it burns, and the bum can't hold it, and it can't hold it up.
Another thing is that every person that has went and got the BBL or tummy tuck or anything, they said it hurts so bad they can't do anything by themselves. So why would you want to get something that will have you not doing your normal everyday life?
Right, because even like with the latest person, and we won't say their name,
right?
Because for fear of the privacy that they asked for the family, and God rest her on this one. Even that fact of you going and getting surgery, but you don't have a personal assistant with you when you're getting the surgery done. You are already told the guidelines and the things that you should follow with after getting that surgery, and people are not following these things and making sure that they're covered when they're getting these surgeries done.
And another thing is that some of those doctors aren't certified. So before you go, and even if they have people, because a lot of people are crooked, so they will have patients that they've done that they got away with and that they did this and that, but you're supposed to do your research. You're supposed to be like, where's your certificate? Like, if someone's going to have control of my life while I'm asleep and I'm getting a procedure, I need to make sure that I'm in good hands, that nothing is going to go wrong. Even if they say, oh, you could die and I really, really want the surgery, I'm going to make sure that you know what you're doing.
Right, because if you're sticking something up in me, I want to know what you're sticking up in me. I want to know how you're sticking it up in me, and I want to see this. Me personally, I'm
right.
thinking,
and if I'm an influencer or someone that's big, I'm actually going to ask, can they come in the room and be there the whole time? I
Right,
don't want to be in there by myself with you. So if anything goes wrong, we can have it on recording or anything
right.
so
And
that
not
I can
only
be
that,
safe.
you got to think about what are the ramifications of me doing this surgery? What is going to happen? I need to know 100% equivocally what is going to happen to me once I get this surgery done. If I get this surgery done, what are going to be the symptoms? What are
Right.
going to be the reasons for it to go bad? Because if you're board
Right.
certified, you already know what's going on. And if you're board certified, you should already have it set up to where, okay, well, this person is getting this surgery done at this day and this time. Then I need to have my staff being able to be observant. Like when you go into the hospital and you get a surgery, you go into the after surgery care to where there's round the clock
Right. And they make
nurses.
sure that you're
Hey,
good.
right,
They make sure that you're good. You're gonna stay with them an extra day.
right,
Just so we know everything is great.
right.
I'm
And
not leaving unless everything is perfect with me. The only thing that should have went on in that situation was getting home.
right.
Getting home, but my health should have been top tier.
Right. Now, even Dr. Early even said, who even put it in his own words, that the famed BBL, calling it the South Beach butt lift, also shared other dreadful outcomes when it comes to the surgery, about the botched surgeries, including what has become known as the ant booty. Now, the other thing you want to avoid, folks, is what some people call the ant booty. And this is when it looks like it was just stuck on there, and instead of it was actually a part of your body. I don't want nothing, Jazz, that's going to be put on my body that don't look like it's my body. You know,
Also, some people are not meant to have the BBL. So, if you don't go to the right doctor, even if you do go to the right doctor, your body can reject. People have different bodies.
right,
So, when they put the surgery in, it probably looked good that day or two. But once it heals, like a month or two, it could turn into another shape. You can
hmm,
twist it. Some people body rejects the stuff that they put in. So I don't really think that it's all natural because they have to put something in their fate to make it the shape.
right,
Fat
and
is flabby.
especially
Your
when
fat is not going to be a perfect round ball. It's not
no,
going to be perfect. So
no. Especially if you don't have that fat with tissue within your body. How are you going to go and inject some artificial stuff into your human body? The human body is not going to be receptive to receiving that.
right.
Your body's going to reject it. You know what I mean?
I
Because
think that that's why a lot of times after the surgery, people can't sit on their butts and it hurts so bad because your body has to get used to the chemicals that they put in, along with restructuring and reconstructing and making it shape.
right. So when you get that stuff put in your butt, what you going to be doing this all day long? You can't sit down. All you're going to do is lay down. And it's not, to me, it doesn't it doesn't equate to me why
And
somebody
then you can also identify all the girls who do have it because they get tattoos to cover up the holes that they had to incision in you, and they cover them up with the tattoos, and it's like everybody just wants to look the same. It's not a good trend because in the end, if you did get a BBL and you don't have the money to maintain and actually be healthy and get the stuff out at the right time and this, that, and the third, then you're gonna die regardless. Like whether you died on the table getting it, you can die 4 years later after getting it.
right. That's like, and even with the men are doing it. That's like, okay, I'm skinny as a daggone rail, so I'm gonna go to the doctor and get me a BBL put up in me.
Yeah,
What
they
am I
get
gonna look like?
BBLs, they get fake abs, they get all types of stuff.
And to me, that's ridiculous. When all you got to do
It's
is
work
put
for it.
a
Right.
little 30, 40 minutes in a day and exercise. Like they say, a doctor will stay away if you work it out and pay it away. No,
Right.
paying it away does not work, baby. Go ahead, Jazz.
So by surprise, the name Brazilian butt lift does not come from anything from Brazilian culture. It was made up from the Brazilian surgeon who was the first to carry out the procedure. So the first person to carry out the procedure for the Brazilian butt lift, which everyone is calling the BBL, was a Brazilian surgeon. All surgical procedures carry risk, and if the doctor tells you otherwise, they're lying. While Brazilian butt lift surgery is considered harmless by plastic surgeons, the truth is they're more deadly than you think. A study done in 2017 surveyed almost 700 doctors around the globe and found that the surgeons reported over 30 fatalities from the procedure. And that was in 2017. We're now in 2023.
Dang.
There's a million more.
Dang.
With a BBL comes the risk of bruising, stretch marks, and infection, but it doesn't stop there. Some of the most deadly risks of BBL surgeries include blood clots, cardiac complications, and fat embolisms, where the fat transfer to the buttocks moves onto the bloodstream, causing a blockage up to the lungs. So that's how most people die.
Crazy.
While a BBL may be pleasing, the risks are simply not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, it's not. To me, it's not worth it. It definitely is not worth it when
it's not worth your life.
Yeah.
If you're a woman who have children and you have people that's looking up to you that you're supposed to take care of, it's not worth putting yourself at risk to not be in your children's life forever just for a look that you can get working out.
And that's the thing. They are jeopardizing not only their own life, but what are your children going to feel about when they learn how mommy or daddy died?
Right.
You know, to me,
that's the most worst thing ever.
Exactly. And it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out because you want to look like Barbie doll, or you want to look like Ken, or you want to look like that model that's on that magazine cover. And even going into the research that I've done, a lot of those models that are on these covers, they got their bodies photoshopped to look perfect. They're not
right. Some of them don't even have BBLs. And another thing is that I just feel like people should stop wanting to be like everybody else. Stop wanting and stop feeling insecure about your body. If you feel insecurities, work on it. If we never had BBL procedures, what would you have done? Worked on it.
Exactly.
Get in the gym, get you and your friends, get in the gym and work on it. Get a personal trainer, work on it.
Right, because there's other things also too that come into play too, because they got to go through pain meds. And a lot of them are getting addicted to the pain meds because of the pain that comes from the surgery. And it's not just after the surgery. These are symptoms that can be long lasting. You know, you're getting this BBL done. What if you get into an accident and something ruptures? What are you going to do after that?
Right, because your butt can pop and all types of things. Because remember, it's not all real. It's some of your fat, but they also put other stuff in. That's why they're saying it's deadly. When they tell you that you can die, is because they're saying it's your fat that can go in the bloodstream, but it's also the stuff that they're putting in also that can go into the bloodstream, which is not supposed to be in the body.
Exactly. Now, the thing that they're saying is what is making butt lifts so deadly. I'm a South Florida doctor in surgical circles. The Brazilian butt lift is known as the deadliest aesthetic procedure ever performed. And despite several calls to improve outcomes, the recent data suggests mortality is only getting worse, especially in South Florida. Now, Sunny Images Conscious Miami is home to a substantial proportion of the county's high volume, low cost clinics where U.S. patients flock for the procedure. Now, despite the widely publicized tests and changes in the rules about performing these procedures in Florida, researchers say it still is causing harm. Now, you have people all over the United States, Jazz, coming to Florida, and they have these complications, and unfortunately, they have to receive hospital care or they perish. Now, Pat Pazimo, who is a medical doctor and a plastic surgeon and owner of Miami Aesthetic, told Media Page today that it is affecting the whole country. Now, Pazimo and their colleagues recently published an analysis of the factors that make South Florida particularly dangerous place for BBL, which is also known as the gluteal fat grafting. Now, imagine having a 25-pound BBL put into a body that's only 120 pounds. The death is resulting from pulmonary fat embolisms, where the fat it travels through the bloodstream and then it comes out in circulation. Now that's blocking your pulmonary vessels and
Exactly.
lead to respiratory failure and death. Now they've also found that most of the deaths occurred after plastic surgery associations tried to make the procedure safer. So these doctors are trying to make the procedure safer, but then
And if you look at a procedure on your computer, on YouTube, or anywhere, you'll see the doctors doing it. They have like this little tube, and then they're sticking it and sticking it and sticking it, and they don't know where they're sticking it at. You have veins everywhere in your body. They can be sticking it and puncturing your veins and everything. So that's why they're saying it's deadly, because they're not taking their time. They're just sticking and sticking. They make two small incisions and then just stick the thing. They don't even have a camera that's showing, Yeah, it's just bad. So.
to me, I am like standoffish to the surgeries because everybody has the same organs. Well, not same, similar organs, but our bodies aren't the same. We all have a unique makeup, and they can't say, well, oh, so and so got a vein going diagonal down their glutes, but then the next person might have a vein that's going horizontal on the glute. You can't say that every surgery is going to be the same, because it's not, because everybody's body is not identical.
Right.
Even identical twins, their body's not identical. Their facial expressions, their facial makeup may be identical, but the body's not. The body's going to be totally different. Because my kidney might be on the right side upper, and your kidney might be on the right side lower. We don't know the actual ins and outs of the body, and we don't know how our body is going to receive these surgeries.
Right. So, dying for a new body, why so many deaths from plastic surgery is the new topic trend. So I have a story about a young lady that's a New Yorker. Her name was Sadina, and she was one of 12 cases of New Yorkers who have died from plastic surgery procedures in the Dominican Republic in the last 6 years. So more than 700,000 Dominicans live in New York, creating a natural pipeline between the two places. It runs even more smoothly for those seeking plastic surgery on the Caribbean island, where procedures are far cheaper. The average cost of liposuction in the US is $5,500 compared to $3,500 in the Dominican Republic. So that's why more people will go over to DR to get the procedure done than the US and Miami.
Wow.
In 2018, more than 23,000 plastic surgeries were performed in Dominican Republic, and more than 18,000 of those were foreigners. However, like the young lady, Sadina, not all who goes there to get work done returns home.
That's crazy. Now,
go ahead.
Now they're saying that the exact figures, they may vary, but some reports is that the BBL Association mortalities could be in the high 3,000s per year. Now that deadliest cosmetic surgery, according to an article posted this year, published, there has been more than 7,000 deaths unreported in this BBL trend that I mean per se. So that's crazy. Like you folks are out here knowing that all of these people are dying from it. Why are you doing it? But that shows how the human psyche is. It's like the people
So
on,
it happened to them. It might not happen to me
but and
until
exactly,
it happens to you.
exactly,
And there's
it's
no
going
more.
to happen. It's going to happen. It might not happen right after the surgery, but eventually you're going to meet your demise. And they're going to say, oh, quote unquote, natural causes. Well, okay, well, how is a 46 year how is a 25-year-old dying of natural causes after a BBL surgery?
Right. And there's another thing. So most of the doctors that does the procedures have also, people have took them to court and had charges against them for deaths of people who had got the surgery from them. And some of the charges have been dropped from the doctors because of lack of evidence, because no one can be in the room. And then they get you to sign those papers to say that there's a possibility. So then they don't have any proof to prove that they did something wrong during the procedure because you already signed your life away.
But how can you fault the doctor when the doctor's just providing a surgery that you elected to have? This is not a life or death situation. So you cannot get a malpractice suit against somebody when you made the conscious decision to go ahead. Oh, I want my butt to be humongous. So I'm going to go to Dr. XYZ to get it done. It's not Dr. XYZ's fault that you passed away. It is your own fault because you decided to take this elective surgery.
Right. So I want to say, if you want to get the surgery, then it's a life or death situation. And that means that you're playing Russian roulette with your life. And also, I want to say you need to love you, love yourself. Everyone is made uniquely and are one of one, unless you have a twin. But like you just said, if you have a twin, you're still not the same all the way.
Right.
Everybody's made differently. Start to love the skin that you're in and stop following the trend, because they are hurting our society and leaving families devastated.
Right. And what you put into your body is what you're going to get from your body. When you're
Right.
putting junk in your body's going to become junk. And it's going to continue to do that. And I even had to come to the realization, Judge, that, James, if you go to sleep when you're supposed to go to sleep, instead of being up all night long trying to cut this and edit that and do this, then you're going to continue to look young because you don't do anything extracurricular to make yourself look old. So if you're making your body into a temple and you're treating your body as so, then your body's going to give back to you what you're presenting your body as.
Right. And also, I want to say, start setting trends and stop following them. Because us as women, because there's a lot of women who have BBLs and have children, you have daughters that's looking at you and look up to you. Do you want them to go under the knife and may die because they want to body and be like the next person and follow trends?
And right, and even with the expectancy of a BBL, it's potentially it will last for decades, but without the need of additional procedures, some patients opt to come in during their last years for a lift for the procedure. So
yes, it's high maintenance to have the BBL.
Right. I'm not going to keep getting something that over time I got to keep getting more and more because my body is building up immunities against what I'm getting. So then I got to get more put on for it to even look good. And then what are you going to do when you're turning 60 and 70 years old when it all starts to fall any damn way?
Right. If someone don't love you how you already look, then they just don't love you.
Exactly. If you don't love me for who I am, then whatever. What's that one song says, take me as I am? Fantasia says something like that. Take me as I am. If you can't love me for who I am, then guess what? Bye, baby. Rock-a-bye, baby.
It's Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. There you go. Sorry, Mary. I'm sorry, baby. But we talk about the big duties. And even like A woman like her, speaking up. Look at Mary J. Blige's body, banging. She ain't had no surgeries. She ain't had no BBLs put in. She ain't did nothing. That badunka is still the way it was when she came out with What's the 411?
Right.
You know? And the best person for anybody out there to research and read up on my bitch. I love her. K. Michelle. K. Michelle told her story. She told it way back when. And guess what? The trend, they're still doing it. You know?
And also Black China. Black China, she just did hers too. She took it out. She took the Botox out. She covered tattoos up. And she just doing a whole transformation.
Yep. And listen, I'm going to tell you, the Mac counter can help you lift up everything. And if you need any other secrets, hit me in my email.
Fenty Beauty, Rihanna.
Hit me in my email. I will give you all of the good secrets. Because you see these pink lips, I smoke more cigarettes and more marijuana than the law will allow you to. And baby, these lips right here is getting good. I'm working on the motherfucking kitchen because the kitchen is kind of scattered sites right now. And I'm working on the kitchen, but I'm not getting no implants.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it. And I'm almost 50 years old, baby, and I look younger than half of you 30-year-olds. Only thing that's showing is the hairline and a little laugh line here and there, but that's okay. You understand what I'm saying? That is okay. And I might be a little bit of fantastic so I don't look blotched on the screen, but that's all there is, baby. You ain't getting nothing else on there. No, not another thing. Hey, y'all won't get me because I won't be up in the casket looking all perfect and pretty, but I'm dead. Think about it. You looking perfect and pretty, but guess where you at now? You're on the other side of life. You're not here. So just as Jazz said, love the skin you're in, wear it proudly, and be proud. Look at a lot of these big girls who are big girls and who are fashion models, who are bosses.
Right, like Lizzo. She lives in
yes,
her
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
but nobody thinks about her. And that's
why?
good.
And why? Because she does.
And she have money. If she wanted to go under the knife to get the surgery, she would, but she don't have to because she knows that if she wants to lose weight, she can just go to the gym.
Right. Look at that girl, Megan. Megan went, she worked it out. That's why she got that. I'm her. Yes, baby. Megan worked it out. Now, she might have got a little tuck and tick bigger, but that's it.
Right.
And even not going to the extreme. Like, ladies and men, you guys are going to the extreme. Your body is not meant to look pristine your whole entire life. Grow old gracefully and love it.
And some girls will be like, oh, I'm not insecure. It's just that I want to fix. No, if you want to go get surgeries because you've seen somebody else's body and you looked at yours and said, oh, mine don't look like hers, so I need mine to look like hers.
No, you don't need to look like her. You need to look like you. You don't need to look like nothing that's what she got. Because what she got is what she got. And you don't know why she looked like that. She might have some insecurities on the inside and she might be a bulimic.
Right.
She might be eating a good meal in front of your face and then going in that bathroom. I pray for her because that's bad. But you don't know what insecurities that another person is dealing with and why they did that. And I'm here to say to you, love it. I don't care if I get a pimple right here. I'm going to put a little bit of cover up on it and keep it moving. If that Maybelline or that Mac counter can help me, then guess what? The doctor ain't helping me because the doctor is not killing me.
Right.
And that's just my take on that period. I'm not letting that BBL do it. It's a high-risk surgery. You don't know what's going to happen. And like it says, when you get old, you can't break the mold. Your bottom may flatten over time, or it may change as a result of weight loss, exercise, or diet. So when a Brazilian butt lift is performed by a trained and experienced professional, that BBL can only last but certain amount of time because it's a man-made product. And just like your body, normal aging process is going to decrease it anyways.
Right.
So I don't know what else you guys is going to do about it. But
And then it's not like they make it look natural. Everybody that has the BBL, their butts all look the same.
yeah, and
You
it does.
can spot it from a mile away. You know somebody have a fake butt.
And there's nothing natural looking about it, and that's right. That's just like Saucy. Forgive me, but Saucy looks a hot mess. And you all know I'm critical about our community. Saucy, you look a hot mess, baby. Take it out. Honey, if you chunky monkey, then stay chunky monkey, baby. Because big people need love too. And y'all get it. As long as you comfortable in the skin you in, that next person is going to love you. And girl, you can try to chop me up as much as you want. But guess what? I got a podcast, honey. I could chop you up 70,000 times a day, baby. Cheers. I got some sympathy for your ass this morning, honey. Well, Jazz, I don't know. I don't have much more to add to this because it's just.
I don't either.
It's clear.
What has been said. Love yourself. Love the skin that you're in. Love how God made you and created you. We're all unique. And stop following trends.
So you heard
deadly trends at that. It's a deadly trend.
And you done heard it from the horse's mouth, honey. Listen, I'm loving the skin that I'm in. Dr. Bolo, sorry, baby, but you won't get no more Botox appointments from James because it's over for me because I don't want you shooting something at me and then my whole face blow up and then 2 days later. All right, y'all. This is your boy, James.
And this is Jazz.
And this is the Table Talk with James and Jazzy. We thank you guys for tuning in this day for the BBL. And it's been a long-awaited show because we haven't done one in a month or Sunday. But, baby, we will be coming back to you. We got some good stuff coming up. You got what? The school shootings and the shootings coming up, Jazz?
Hey, this is good.
And
you gotta say some next one.
One thing I want to say to you guys is God loves you and so do I. There is nothing that you can do about it. Don't let nobody get in between your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, or your goals. Because at the end of the day, it's you and the man upstairs that's in charge of your destination, your future, and your life. So, we will see you again. I'm James again.
And I'm Jazz.
This is the Table Talk, baby.
Deuces.
Yeah.